Welcome, scholars, to today's fifth grade reading lesson. Let's get started. All right, scholars, before we get started today, let's make sure we have all of our materials ready so we are set up for success. The first thing you'll need today is your reading textbook. The next thing you'll need is your reader's journal. You'll need your response sheet. And as always, a pen or a pencil, your favorite writing utensil. Now, once you have your materials, I want you to repeat after me. I am ready to learn when my mic is off until it is my turn to speak. I am ready to learn when my materials are in my learning space. I am ready to learn when I do not take pictures or record during the meetings. I promise TikTok will be there later. And I am ready to learn when I will respect my classmates and I will respect my learning time. So we have our things, we've set our norms. Let's get started. Let's look at today's word study practice. Look at the following words: exterminate, expedition, phonograph, saxophone. Identify the prefix or root in each word. Then explain how your knowledge of prefixes and roots helps you to determine the meaning of each. Now, with a partner, use a dictionary or a thesaurus to define the following words: extinguish, expire, exclude, phonetic, xylophone, symphony. Then, independently write a sentence using each word. How does this video relate to what we have read? What ideas do you hear in the video that you read in the text? These are the questions that I want you to focus on as we watch the video about Kid President. Remember, during the video, I don't want you writing your notes. But after the video concludes, I will give you time to jot down your responses in your notebook.
I haven't always been a kid president. My first dream, I wanted to be a great inventor. I actually had a few pretty good ideas. My magnified glasses helps you see things that you need to see. It also gives you headaches. Really good invention makes the world more awesome. Because the world is full of problems. There's also lots of problem solvers. He's like Peyton. He's 11 years old and he invented retractable training wheels for bikes, sandless sandbags, all sorts of stuff. And this awesome girl Brooke, when she was 12 years old, she created a video system to help owners stay connected to their dogs. What? Creating new stuff out of your brain could be hard, but I think I may have my next great invention. Every time when I try to clean the house, my cat goes crazy. The problem? He hates the vacuums in there. I want to solve this problem by making the first cat cleaner. To make this happen, we'll need some help. Time to meet with big-time inventors. They make crazy stuff here. Hello.
Hi.
I want to invent something.
You want to invent something? All right. First, you're going to need some safety glasses.
Cool.
All right. Let's show you around.
Do you have any corn dogs? How many days will it take to build this?
Takes about 18 days.
It would probably take me a whole year, actually.
Think so?
I think if one of us was to try to build this by ourselves, it probably would take a whole year. We all just do a little piece at a time. You put your little part on, and I put my part on, and then together we just build this up together.
Hello?
Hey, where'd you come from? Hello.
I just came from here. How are babies invented? Got to be an inventor like you?
Certainly. It's all up to you. Anybody can do it. You just have to get a dream, get a goal, and go for it. What are you inventing?
I'm inventing a vacuum cleaner that does not scare away my cat.
I like that.
Well, it's in my head, but won't come out to be what I want it to be.
Would it be a problem if it was slightly different?
No. Well, my invention is in my head, but I just can't make it real.
Yeah, I know, I understand, but there are plenty of avenues to go to help you out with that. I mean, there's your schooling that you did, teachers I'm sure that you've met. There's out on the web, there's a place called Quirky that can also help you get your help that you need.
Thanks for the corn dog, man. Did you have a good day here today?
Yeah.
Cheers.
It was really fun to meet them. I learned that scientists eat corn dogs, and some of them got really good mustaches. I learned it's okay to fail. If you're afraid to mess something up, well, that's the first lesson of building something. That's what they all told me, bro. Well, the cat vacuum, probably need to go back to the drawing board on that one. Because the cat killed it. Killed it. I told him that's not his head. Totally okay though. It's okay to make mistakes. Not okay to stop. Gotta keep correcting. Gotta keep dancing. What invention will you make that will change the world? Seeing jet engines is always something that I wanted to do. So thanks to everybody at GE for letting me visit. To see more of the cool stuff that they're doing, click here. Bye! You can't see me. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can. You can't see me. No, you can't.
So cake, subside.
It's okay to make mistakes. Not okay to stop.
Good readers make connections as they read. When you make connections to what you are reading, you are better able to understand the text. There are 3 ways that a reader can make connections: text to self, text to text, and text to world. How do you use these 3 ways to understand what you read? In the beginning activities today, I had you make connections from text to text. You thought about how the texts we have read are similar and different. You also made connections to the video clip. Why do you think making connections helps us better understand what we are reading? Let's go ahead and look at today's reading objective. Our learning goal for today: I am learning to make connections to ideas across text. All know I can do that when I can determine key ideas in text. I can explain the central idea in text. I can infer themes, and I can compare and contrast ideas, themes, and author's craft. And I'll demonstrate my learning by writing a response that makes connections to a theme or central idea across 2 texts I have read this 6 weeks. Let's get started. One of the first things students should do when they are making connections across text is to analyze the characters or people in the text. How are the characters or subjects similar or different? Do the characters behave in a similar way? Are their relationships similar? Are their experiences similar? Next, students should examine the conflict, problems, and issues developed within the text. How are these conflicts and issues similar and different? Beyond the topics, students should analyze the text for common ideas and themes. What would the authors agree or disagree? What evidence supports this conclusion? And finally, students should look at how the authors present the ideas within the text. What were the purposes, and how did their choices develop and communicate those purposes? Let's look at our focus questions for today. What connections do I make across the text, and what inferences do I make from these connections? I'll be looking at Winds of Hope and The Inventor's Secret. As I think out loud, I want you to listen for the steps that I take and the questions I ask myself to help me make connections across text. Let's look at paragraph 5. It reads, he took apart radios trying to discover how they made music. This reminds me of Henry and Thomas in The Inventor's Secret. Both Henry and Thomas took things apart because they were curious and wanted to learn. I can infer that the authors would agree that curiosity is a trait that inventors have. I can infer that learning how things work takes a lot of experimentation. When I look closer at how the authors presented the curiosity, there's a difference in tone. Tone is the way something sounds. In The Inventor's Secret, the author presents Henry's and Thomas's curiosity as mishaps, getting into trouble, menaces. But in Winds of Hope, the author presents William's curiosity as a means of learning, education outside of the school walls. Maybe the authors wrote this way because Henry and Thomas's curiosity caused explosions, floods, and other mishaps. However, those mishaps helped them to create new things. They were inventors. William is not really an inventor. He built something that was already invented. All right, scholars, let's pause for a moment and reflect. What steps did I follow to make text-to-text connections? And what questions did I ask myself as I was thinking? Remember, scholars, when making connections, first, analyze the characters or people across the text. Identify the conflict, problem, or issue. Then compare and contrast the key ideas and analyze and compare the author's purpose and craft. Great job today. All right, guys, that wraps up today's 5th grade reading lesson. Keep reading. I will see you again next time. Bye.